I'm back for a Where Are the Cards session. So here what we're going to do is we're going to play bridge, but the main thing is try and work out where the missing cards are for the opponent. So don't worry too much about whether we make the contract or anything like that, but we'll take extra time in the play just to try and count things out and work out where the missing cards are. So that was a just got passed out, so a bit tough to work that one out, but we'll just move on to the next hand. Okay, so there'll be like a few common questions that keep running through it, but we'll see how we go. So here it's gone pass, pass, one spade, pass, four spades, pass, pass to me. So I'm not going to bid, it's not pass out. So it's my lead. And I think I'll lead Jack of Hearts, so go from there. So let's just take a moment. Alright, so first of all, what was my hand shape? I had a 2, 5, 2, 4. And what was Dummy's hand shape? They have a 5, 2, 5, 1. Now the point of this is that in the play of the hand, especially if it goes pretty quickly, if you just do this at the start, you might be able to rework out what the actual play was and help you with that. What do we know from the bidding? Well, my partner doesn't have 12 points because they passed here, and it's gone past 4 spades, so Ace didn't get much to show. Much more, but they had 4. Well, I've got 5 spades and an opening hand. So not a lot more to go on from the bidding. What do we know from the lead? Well, I was on lead, but it went Jack of Hearts, small to Ace, and so from trick 1, Dummy had Queen, Doubleton, Heart. Now, if East had something like Ace Doubleton or Ace Third, they would usually try and put in the Queen to reduce their losers here. Because they just won the Ace, where do you think the King of Hearts is? I think East has the King of Hearts because with Ace Third or Ace anything else, they would usually try the Queen. But with Ace King of Hearts, they know that there's no point. Other slight possibility is that East has a singleton Ace of Hearts. Okay. How many high card points do the missing hands have? Well, I have 4. West has 6, so that's 10. So the missing hands have 30, and I know my partner doesn't have 12, so my partner's got at most 11. So East has up around 19 high card points. Next thing we want to know is, what do we know from Declara's line of play? So they just won the Ace of Hearts and led a low spade. Now, what do you reckon's going on in the spade suit here? Well, if East had Ace Queen to 5 spades, how would you play the spade suit? You wouldn't win and lead a low spade towards the Jack. So I can just rule out the Ace Queen to 5 spades. So my partner has 1 spade, and I've either got a singleton Queen or singleton Ace, and at any rate I should just play a low one. And there's the Queen. So how did the spades divide? 5, 5, 2, 1, and my partner's got a singleton Queen of spades. Okay. How did diamonds divide? My partner had 2 diamonds. I had 2 diamonds. West had 5, so East has 4. So the East hand has 5 spades, 4 diamonds. So they might have something like a 5, 1, 4, 3, or a 5, 4, sorry, a 5-2-4-2. They're the sorts of shapes that they should have. Midnight Fox says East should have the ace of clubs too, or they would throw a club on a heart winner. Yeah, that is true if East has had something like ace king third heart. If East only had ace king doubleton heart, then they obviously can't do that. So it depends on how many hearts they had, whether or not they had to have the ace of clubs or not. At any rate, I don't think we're taking any more tricks. They ruffed a club and played another diamond and saw the king of hearts. So East had a 5-2-4-2, and you could work out a lot about the hand. So here's the whole hand. We could work out that East had ace king of hearts. If they did have ace king third heart and not the ace of clubs, they probably would go queen of hearts, heart to the king, ace of hearts, throwing a club away. So that's one of the points Midnight Fox brought up. And 21 points with East, so they had more than their 19. So we could work out a fair amount of the hand just by taking some time at trick 1 and counting things out. Let's move on to hand number 2. Pass a heart, pass 4 hearts, double. So it's a takeout double. Okay, I'll trust my partner. Not feeling too happy about this, but okay, I didn't get doubled. So that's good. Yeah, and they have their bid. Anyway, let's just take some time and go through the steps again. So first of all, what is my hand shape? I have a 4-2-4-3. Now whenever I give hand shapes, I always give them in spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. And what is Dummy's hand shape? They're a 4-1-4-4. And what do we know from the bidding? We know that East has at least 5 hearts, West has 5 hearts. East has an opening hand, but West has a sort of preemptive one. What do we know from the lead? Okay, so they led the 2 of diamonds, so that looks a lot like it could be a singleton diamond, or otherwise possibly 3 small diamonds or something like that. We know that East has the ace of diamonds, because with ace 10, well, you don't underlead aces against suit contracts. So East will have the ace of diamonds. Really looks like West has a singleton diamond here. How many high card points do the missing hands have? A lot is the answer. I have 7 and Dummy has 11, so we have 18 between us, so they have 22. And East has at least 12 of them, so West is capped at 10, but yeah. West is capped at 10, East has at least 12. Alright, so what do we want to do here? Okay, that is odd. This play of the diamond suit doesn't really make sense. Might mean that West did a really strange thing and underled their ace. I should have put up the queen of diamonds, I think. West might have underled their ace of diamonds and East had singleton 6. If West had led a singleton, then East would have ace 10, 8, 6 and would put in the 8 of diamonds rather than the 6. West might have led from 3 to the 10 and East have ace 6 and they might decide to duck. But all of these things are really confusing. It's really tough to work out because it seems like they've misplayed the diamond suit. So not a lot of information there. So I led a spade, West won, and East won the heart queen. So West won a spade and then led a low heart to the queen. And East won and now fired in a club. Now, the usual way to take the finesse, this club suit, is put in the jack of clubs, hoping that the East has the king. But if East had the king of clubs, they wouldn't need to switch to a club here. So this sort of line of play suggests that West has the king, so I'm not going to finesse that. But I will draw another trump. Okay, and how did spades divide? I'll play another one just for you. West has 3 spades, East has 2. So it looks like West has something like 3 spades, 5 hearts, 1 diamond and 4 clubs would be my guess. At any rate, let's see what happens in diamonds. Okay, we saw the 10 of diamonds here. East won the ace. Okay, so I'll trump that, and so East has, we know diamonds break 3-2 as well, so something odd was happening there. Alright, and we play the 3rd suit, and now we have complete count on the hand. So West has 3 spades, 3 diamonds, 5 hearts, so they have 2 clubs. East, on the other hand, has 2 spades, 5 hearts, 2 diamonds, and 4 clubs. And West has this now singleton king of clubs. So there you go. There's just trick 1 was particularly odd. Not sure what was happening there when that got ducked, but they let us out for 1 down eventually. But you could work out a fair amount at the hand. So these sort of questions go through all the time. You want to take time at trick 1 and work out what you know from the lead, from the bidding, people's shapes. Then when someone shows out in a suit, you want to stop, count that suit, and work out where the other suits are. And once you've seen 3 suits divide, you now know for certain how the 4th one's going to divide. And then the other thing that you take into account is how people are playing suits. So if they play suits in a strange fashion, you can work a lot out about it. Okay, we'll go on to the next one. 1 heart, 2 hearts, 10, 15. I'll just invite partner. Okay. Alright, so let's go through the process once again. What is my shape? I have a 4, 5, 3, 1. And what is dummy's shape? They have a 3, 4, 2, 4 hand shape. What do we know from the bidding? Well, East West haven't really gotten in the way much, so we don't know a great deal. But we know that East doesn't have 12 points. We also know that West didn't want to overcall. So they could only overcall spades at the 1 level. And so West probably doesn't have 5 spades. What do we know from the lead? So you've got the 3 of diamonds lead. Now if they lead 4th best, that would mean diamonds break 4-4. But the robots do some weird leads, so I'm not going to lock that one in, but it's a small inference that diamonds are probably breaking 4-4. So if I had to guess that at some later stage, that's what I'd go back on. How many high card points do the missing hands have? Well, I've got 15 and Dummy's got 9, so we have 24 high card points. So the opponents have 16. We don't know a great deal about how they're dividing, except we know that East doesn't have 12, so West must have at least 5 points. Okay. How did hearts divide? Okay. I had 5 hearts, dummy had 4 hearts, West had 1, so East had 3. So they've still got another heart out, and West had a singleton heart. So West might have a shape something like 4-1-4-4, possibly. Maybe 3-1-4-5, those sorts of shapes. Okay. All the trumps are drawn, and I'll play a spade. So how did the spades divide? Okay. East had 2, West had 4, so 4, 4, 3, 2. So we now know West has 4 spades, 1 heart. So it looks like they're a 4-1-4-4 or a 4-1-3-5 would sort of be my guess. And I'm fairly sure West is a 4-1-4-4 now. Yep. So there's the whole hand. So not an easy one to count out here, but a little bit of guesswork. And we guessed from the 3 of diamonds that diamonds were probably 4-4. When we saw West show out in the heart, we had a fair idea of the sort of hand shapes that they can now have. See how we do. I was thinking about inviting or Stayman and then 2 no trumps, but just decided to pass because it was an 8 count. I had a 5 card suit, which was all good, but didn't like the honor location wasn't great, so I just decided to pass it. Okay, we'll move on to the next hand. Okay, so I wasn't going to do any bidding here, but we'll just review the auction. Went 2 clubs from West, strong, 2 hearts, positive with hearts, 2 spades. I actually had a spade suit. Yep, I got a spade suit as well. 4 no trumps. How many key cards do you have? I have 1 or 4 key cards. And let's play in 6 spades. Okay. And we got a diamond lead. Alright, so let's go through the process. What is my hand shape? I have a 1-3-5-4. And what is dummy's hand shape? They're a 2-5-3-3. What do we know from the bidding? West has a really strong hand, sort of 20 plus points, and at least 5 spades, probably more. East only has a doubleton spade, so there's a slight chance that they don't have an actual fit here, and spades could be 5-5-1-2. But West probably has 6 spades usually. What do we know from the lead? So my partner led the 8 of diamonds, which suggests they don't have diamond on it. So West appears to have ace, king, queen of diamonds, and I think it's more likely that my partner's led a singleton diamond and West has ace, king, queen, 6 of diamonds. If they just had ace, king, queen tight in diamonds, they can put the 10 on it. It really doesn't matter, but lots of people just don't put the 10 on it. So I think my partner's got a singleton diamond. How many high card points are missing? I have 9, dummy has 9, that's 18. There's 22 missing. And West basically has them all. My partner's probably could have sort of 2 points, but probably not much else. So we now know that West has like ace, king, queen of diamonds, ace, queen of clubs, king, queen of spades, something like that for their hand. Okay, so at any rate, I'll just cover that, and we'll see the spades. I got in with a heart, and let's try and give my partner a ruff. Okay, they didn't. So my partner followed to the diamond. So how did diamonds divide? West has 3, East has 3, I had 5, my partner has 2. So at this stage, I can just toss all these diamonds away. They're completely rubbish. So I took a club finesse to make this one. My partner had 1 point on this hand. It looked all pretty frivolous. There's not a lot we can do here. On their hand, they just use the queen of hearts to discard a club and take a club finesse, and then they've got 12 tricks. Alright, moving right along. 12 points and a balanced hand. Okay, so here it went 1 club, 1 diamond overcall. My partner ventured a heart. This doesn't promise 5. East bid 2 diamonds, and I just doubled to show your partner, yes, I've got 3 card heart support. Now, they didn't promise a heart fit, but they just bid 2 hearts. Yep, I think this is a playable spot. And they went 1 down. We've got 3 spade losers and 2 diamonds and a club, so not a lot they can do there. Okay. What do we got here? 14, 15 points with a 2-4, 2-5 shape. I like to treat these as balance. And my partner transferred. West made a takeout double. And my partner said they've got some diamonds. So we've got both the other suits stopped, so I'll just bid 3 no trump. Okay. So first of all, what is my hand shape? I've said it already, it's a 2-4, 2-5. And what is dummy's hand shape? 5-1-4-3. Okay, what do we know from the bidding? So West has a short spade here. East is also a passed hand, so they don't have 12 points, but we sort of know that because we've forced a game and West wanted to bid. So West has the majority of the missing points. What do we know from the lead? So West probably has pretty good hearts to start leading the ace, which was unsupported. Doesn't look like this will be a very successful contract. But anyway, how many high card points do the missing hands have? So I have 15, North has 9, so we've got 24, so there's 16 missing. And I think West has the majority of them. So East can have a few, and I'd probably back that East has the Queen of Spades in their points, but it's not guaranteed. So how should I play this contract? I don't think the spades are going to come in, so I'll just discard some spades. So hearts are either 5-3-4-1 or 4-4-4-1. At any rate, I'll start working on diamonds. Okay, so West had 5 hearts. Not a lot we can do there. Um, hmm. Do I want to take the, do I want to take the club finesse, or do I want to take the spade finesse? This is sort of what I'm weighing up. I don't think either of them are going to work. Yeah, neither of them worked, and I went 2 down. Not a lot I could do on that hand. I basically knew East had the Queen of Spades and West had all the missing points. And I just seemed pretty doomed, really. It's not a nice hand there. My partner could have possibly redoubled 2 spades. I was just wondering how that would go. So they played in 3 hearts, and they have 5 hearts, a diamond, and a club. So we could have got plus 500 if my partner redoubled and then we went after them, which they maybe should do when they know they've got enough points for game, and they've got this sort of slowish cards of Queen, Jack of Diamonds, and the Queen of Clubs, which will be good defensive cards. Anyway, 13 points, balanced hand. So I'll open a diamond. Partner responded to no trump. And then West doubled and East competed to 2 hearts. Okay, so this is kind of a revealing auction. My partner's probably got a club suit. Okay, so I decided to let a club, and let's just have a look at this. So what was my hand shape? I had a 4-2-4-3 hand shape. And what is Dummy's hand shape? They had a 3-3-2-5. What do we know from the bidding? Well, I opened a diamond and it went pass 1 no trump. So my partner doesn't have 4 spades or 4 hearts. So the opponents are in a fit. And usually my partner will have a club suit when they respond to no trump over a diamond. West made a double here, just sort of balancing double. Happy to compete. They weren't quite strong enough to double the first time. And then East bid 2 hearts. So East has 5 hearts. My partner doesn't have 4 spades, so East has 5 hearts and at least 3 spades. They also ducked the first club. Now, if they had a singleton club, they'd usually hop up with the ace. So I think that East has 2 clubs. And if my partner had 5 diamonds, then they would clearly raise diamonds. So my partner's got something like 4 diamonds. So East, I think, has 3 diamonds, 3 spades, 5 hearts, and 2 clubs. So here we go, trick 2. I'm trying to guess their exact hand shape. And I've locked in 3-5, 3-2. Let's see how I do. And they made 10 tricks, and let's have a look at what their hand shape actually was. And there it is, exactly as we predicted. So I said this was a revealing auction, and look at just the information you can put together and piece together without seeing too many cards. So here I saw they had a 3-5-3-2. I'm surprised my partner didn't just switch a diamond. We can take a couple more tricks if they do that. And hold them to, well, just one more trick, supposedly, and hold them to 9. They managed to get hearts right and they're always going to get that right. But the important thing here is taking some time at trick 1 and piecing it all together. And when it went low club to the queen and my partner's queen of clubs won, I think you can piece together all the missing hand shapes and know a lot about the hand, about where the missing cards are. Okay, 3 passes to me and I've got a balanced 15 count, so I'll be to no trump, and that's where I get to play. Okay, so just going through the motions again. What is my hand shape? I have a 3-4-2-4. And what is Dummy's hand shape? I have a 4-2-5-2. Okay, what do we know from the lead? So West likes clubs. If that's the 4th highest club, then East only has 1 club higher than the 6. The robots don't always lead 4th best though. Yeah, we'll have more information about what they've actually led from in a little bit. What do we know from the bidding? West and East both passed. Neither of them wanted to preempt anything, but we don't have a fit, so that's not really that surprising. Also, we know that neither of them have 12 points. Against some people that open light in 3rd, you'd know a lot more information about the East hand when they choose not to open light in 3rd, favourable. But, yeah. How many high card points do the missing hands have? So I have 15 and Dummy has 7, so that's 22. So they have 18 points. So no hands got 12, so both hands are between 7 and 11 points. Okay, and I'll just try and start setting up some hearts. Looks like I could have stuck the 10 of clubs in at trick 1 for good effect. Okay, so how did clubs divide? I had 4, West, Dummy had 2, East only had 2, so West has 5. West has shown up with the Ace-Jack of clubs, and I'm fairly sure they've got the Ace of diamonds as well, because East discarded the Jack. So Ace-Jack of clubs, Ace of diamonds. So I think they've got, can't have anything. And East would then have the Ace of spades, the Queen of hearts, and the Jack of diamonds for 7 points. So how many tricks do I have? I've got 3. I can get... if I play a spade to the king, I can get 3 more tricks. Yeah, I might play spade up. And East hopped up with the ace and returned a heart. So yep, the ace of diamonds was where we expected. They get their club, and I get the final tricks. So here this hand showed that you could count out the missing points pretty well. And guess the location of all the cards. So even just from the 3 passes, I knew that they'd both be in the 7 to 11 range for both hands. And I saw East with Ace-Jack of clubs, and the signal from East made it look like West had the Ace of diamonds as well. So I was fairly sure East had the Ace of spades by doing that, so playing the spades I could sort of untangle it like that. Okay, 10, 14 points. So I'll just bid 3 no trump. Okay, I'll do one more Where Are the Cards hand and then call it a day. Hope you've enjoyed this and can start practicing this yourself and get better at locating where the missing cards are. Okay, 6, 10, 13 points in a balanced hand. 2 diamonds, Michaels, 3 diamonds, 4 hearts. Okay. Alright, again we've had a nice revealing auction. I chose to open 1 diamond rather than 1 club. It's really on partnership style. How are you sure that the Jack of Diamonds means Ace of Spades? So this is talking about the last hand. Where is it? About this hand. The way I signal is I wouldn't signal... When I throw an honor away, I use it to mean that, partner, this is the highest thing I've got in this suit. I don't have higher ones. Don't play me for King Jack 10 or Queen Jack 10 or Ace Jack 10. If I throw the Jack, this is all I've got in the suit, and I've got that from down there. So if they do that, I can then put West with the Ace of Diamonds. So they've got Ace of Diamonds, Ace Jack of Clubs. So therefore, they are a passed hand. They don't have room for the Ace of Spades. So East has the Ace of Spades. So I wouldn't take the Jack of Diamonds to mean I'm encouraging spades, but just that when I counted out the points, that the East hand has to have the Ace of Spades if they don't have the Ace of Diamonds. Not everyone signals that way, but I think, well, I signal that way, and I think the robots might signal that way. Hopefully they do. Anyway, on to this hand. Pass 1 diamond, so East is a passed hand. West has 5-5 in the majors, and my partner raised diamonds. Okay, so I'll just lead a diamond, and let's stop there for a moment. What was my hand shape? It was a 3-2-4-4. And what was Dummy's hand shape? They're a 5-5-2-1. Okay. What do we know from the bidding? We know that East has a good heart fit because they're a passed hand that jumped to game. We knew that West was 5-5 in the majors, so yeah. And my partner raised diamonds to 3, so they've got some points, but they've already shown up with the Ace King of Diamonds. What did we know from the lead? So when it went 2, Jack, King, 5, we knew that my partner pretty much had the Ace of Diamonds, and we're lucky enough to see that at trick 2. And how many high card points do the missing hands have? So Dummy had 10 because the Jack of Diamonds is gone, and I have 8, 10, 13, so 23 between our hands. So there's 17 points in the missing hands. And I think they'll be relatively evenly split because East has some points for bidding 4 hearts, and my partner's sort of just got sort of 7 to 9, so they might have like another queen or so, even though I can see all the queens. So they might have a couple more points, but not much else. So it looks like East has something like Ace, Jack of Spades, and the Jack of Hearts. And I'm not sure where the King of Clubs is. Probably with East. If my partner had Ace, King of Diamonds, and the King of Clubs, they should be making a Q raise probably. So let's say East has the King of Clubs and the Ace of Spades. My partner might have 2 Jacks in the majors, or East might have 1 of the Jacks. At any rate, we got the club, and their spades are going to set up probably. Do the 2 diamonds promise major or spades plus 1s? Their 2 diamonds showed both majors. That's the way I prefer it as well. you lose the ability to show spades and clubs, but I don't think that's the worst thing to give up. Being able to know what your suits are is really important. And their methods are both majors for the 2 diamond bid. Okay. Anyway, I'll let them rough this. I know I was setting up the club. Oh, the king fell. So it looks like East only had 2 clubs. So if East has 2 clubs, then how many clubs does my partner have? If East has 2 clubs, it was 2, 4, 1, 6. So my partner's got 6 clubs and at least 4 diamonds. Only 3 major suit cards. So our only real hope of a defensive trick here is the Queen of Spades, that East might misguess the spades. Or that my partner's got the Jack of Spades, and that they're 3-1. And the opponents have all the rest of the tricks and get to make that. Anyway, that was the final hand from Where Are the Cards. I hope you enjoyed it. And can use it as practice for helping out count out hands. Here we got to work out that East had King of Clubs and the Ace of Spades. We weren't sure about the Jack of Hearts, Jack of Clubs, Jack of Spades, and they could have got mingled around, but I knew my partner might have had one. And the opponents were unlucky to have 2 diamonds and a club and a spade loser. Their spade didn't go anywhere, so this was basically the only realistic layout that they go down on, but it didn't require any special defense from me. Anyway, gonna wrap it up there, and thanks for watching. See you next time.